Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So just a little background about the Perris Masjid. The Perris Masjid was started about 14 or 15 years ago. And the unique thing about this masjid was it was founded on one of the busiest intersections in the city of Paris. You know, Paris is not that big of a city, but it was still the busiest intersection of the city of Paris. And it was on a plaza. So, you know, it gets a lot of exposure. And the owner was a very generous guy. He owned the plaza, and he dedicated one of the pieces of the plaza to become a masjid. And alhamdulillah, the masjid's been growing throughout the years. I think it went through a little difficulty at a period of time when we hired an imam who didn't speak English, and while he was a very great qari, one of the best reciters you'll ever find. It was hard for the community to get to know him when he didn't speak English, and he was born and raised in Egypt, so he couldn't really talk with the youth and develop a relationship with the community. But alhamdulillah, the masjid's been functioning very well. And about 3 months ago, the imam agreed to step down, and I was placed as the director of the masjid. And my background in the masjid was I was an attendee of the masjid for about 14 years. And after I graduated in 2011, the owner of the mosque approached me about starting a youth group. And the youth group started very slow in 2011, and it continued to grow and grow and grow. And alhamdulillah, at one point we hit like 45 high school students coming on a weekly basis, and a lot of them were even non-Muslims too, from a nearby high school that was attending with us. So alhamdulillah, it was very successful, the youth group. And Sheikh Abdullah used to come by and see the youth group many times as well. And huh? Yeah, this guy used to be the first imam. I didn't mention that before. And he taught me a lot of surahs from Juz'an, by the way. But so about a few months ago, I was asked to be director of the masjid, and I've been getting a lot of help from Moreno Valley Masjid, from Anaheim Masjid, and I've been studying the other masjids. And a lot of these other masjids have a lot of history. They've made their mistakes, and they taught me like, hey, don't do what I did. So alhamdulillah, I've been getting a lot of great advice from the other masajids. And so alhamdulillah, everything's been going well. If I have one piece of a lot of community members come up to me and ask, how did the youth groups grow to be so big? And alhamdulillah, like, they're doing a lot of great work. I think this is something for all the masajids, for all of them to consider if they're doing it as well. And my piece of advice is, make sure that you're interacting with your people outside of the masjid. Sometimes we just hold events and we expect people just to come to the events. Maybe we should try our best to interact with them outside the masjid. After Jummah, if you see someone new, talk to them, invite with them, crack some jokes with them, get to know them, maybe invite them for a lunch. I was like, hey, come to lunch on me. And develop a relationship with that person. And then that person will be more likely to be more active in the masjid. And that's something that we've seen at Perris. We try our best to interact with the youth. We try our best to have lunch, dinners. This morning we all met up for Fajr and we played basketball for 3 hours. And I think that's the kind of stuff that we should try to do more often. And Sheikh Muhammad al-Bey, he does it a lot with the grown-ups as well. A lot of times I go to a restaurant and he has a group of guys with him. So it's not only the youth, it's just like you see like older guys at the masjid for the first time, you invite them, you bring them to the masjid, you bring them to a restaurant, you buy food on yourself, you give them a gift, and that builds that relationship and fosters that growth. Jazakallah khair.